Harley has been leading her own life without the Joker, but isn't it time for her to confront him again for what he did? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. If you are joining us for the first time in a Harley Quinn video, let me explain quickly what's happened up to this point. The Joker vanished early in the New 52, leaving Harley Quinn on her own. She inherited an apartment building with tenants and ended up on the Suicide Squad. Through these events, she has built a life for herself with her own friends and adventures in Brooklyn, New York. She even found a new man that she started to try and see around her crazy schedule. But due to her crazy life, he ended up getting arrested and placed in prison and then transferred to Arkham Asylum. While she was following the wishes of his mother and not breaking him out of prison, she decided that she can't let him rot in Arkham Asylum, especially since his cell is next to an old flame of hers, the Joker. That brings us to right now, with Harley arriving in Gotham, seeing an old friend of hers, Poison Ivy. We're gonna call her Ivy for short. They wine and dine in Gotham, with Harley explaining why she has returned and is now crashing at Ivy's place. After some rather interesting discussions involving the changing of their clothing and some kicks to the butt, Harley enacts her plan to reapply to Arkham Asylum as a new psychiatrist to get through the doors without becoming an inmate. And once she gets to the other side of the door, she really doesn't waste any time, so it's time to drop this goofy music and get right to it. Harley changes back to her current outfit and drops a gas container and then gets to work kicking the guards to the sides. She knees one man in the genitals and then throws a fist into another's throat, knocking off his mask, which reveals to us what the gas does that she dropped, because it's not tear gas. One of the guards hulks out, grabbing his friend and knocking him out before slamming down another one. Harley realizes that her gas packs quite a wallop and she runs off as the guards are now running in to stop the hulking out guards. Then to add to the distraction, she throws a couple more cans into the cafeteria, you know, the one with all of the inmates who are now hulking out. With them all hulking out and fighting the guards, Harley begins to run deeper inside, yelling out, "Mason, where are you?" She gets to his cell door and he asks, "What are you doing here?" She walks in and informs him she's here to break him out, but Mason tells her he doesn't know if he wants to go with her. He's heard some things about her from another inmate in here. Bad things. She asks him, "Who told you these things?" "Does it even matter?" So she hands him a pill telling him that they don't have time for this, they need to leave. So follow her. But as they do leave, there's a creepy and sadistic voice calling out to her. "Yoo-hoo! Honey baby, pumpkin pie! Aren't you forgetting something?" Harley knows that voice without even turning around. No, not him. And Mason tells her that that's the guy that's been telling him those things about her. And with a grin, he follows up. "Come give daddy a big kiss, Harley. You know you can't resist your main man." So Harley turns to Mason. "Listen to me. That was a whole lifetime ago. I lost my way and I put my heart and trust into someone so dark and twisted. Well, when I was with him, I had nowhere to go but up. That's why I left Gotham and started a new life in Brooklyn, with a bunch of good and supportive and real friends that had my back." "I had your back, sweetie, among other things. Why don't you make us both happy and come on over here and let me out? I promise it'll be worth it. I know how to make you feel like you again." See, Mason, he's real good at making people second guess themselves. He's one of the most manipulative people on the planet. But Joker continues to call out to her to the point where Mason tells him, "Shut it!" And Harley knows what she needs to do. She walks over and puts the card into the card slot, opening the door. And then she walks inside and shuts the door behind her. "What are you doing?" "Something I should have done a long time ago." "Unlock the door." And she places it in her pants and tells him, "We're gonna talk this out." But the Joker is done playing games and he walks over, poking her in the chest. "I don't know what your plan is, Quinzel, but before this night is over, I'm gonna wring your sweet little neck till your eyes pop out of your head." "Remove that finger now." "That's not gonna happen. What is gonna happen is you and I are gonna play a game, and then you'll ditch the gorilla and leave with me." The Joker puts both his hands on her neck. "See? Playtime, just like the old days." And he slams her head into the wall. "Still frail in body and mind, Harley? Some things never change. I'll give you one more chance to make this right." And she responds by headbutting him. He throws a punch back at her and she hits the ground, and then she sweeps his legs out from underneath him. They go back and forth with Harley telling him that he's gutter trash, and the Joker insisting that this is what she wants as he hits her and pulls her hair. Then he leans in. "Give in to it." She leans in and kisses him. Then she bites down on his lower lip, tearing it off his sick face. "You are never gonna mess with me or my mind again, you hear me? You disgust me." "I know. I disgust you where it counts, baby." And then she stands up, leaving him on the ground. "Rot in hell, you chuckling schmuck." He stands up and he tries to choke her out, but she throws him to the ground, and then she grabs him by the hair and preps her fist. I'm not your toy anymore, understand? You did mean something to me one time, but that time is over. If I ever see or hear you again, or if you ever mess with my family and friends, I'm not gonna be nice like I was today. I'm gonna finish your ass off for good. She then leaves him there, bleeding, and she grabs Mason before leaving. They then escape out the waterways and he looks at her. Are you okay? And she tells him, nah, but I'll be better. Ivy then pulls up in the Batboat, and they all load up on it, heading back to the dock where Batman is waiting. Ivy, of all boats you could have taken. And standing with Batman is Harley's friends and family. Batman informs her that Mason's going into witness protection after he helps in the investigation that he was locked up for. While she isn't happy about it, she knows that it's best, so she gives Mason a passionate kiss before saying her goodbyes. And as they go to leave, Batman pulls Harley aside asking, are you staying in Gotham? She tells him no. And Ivy gives Batman back the keys to the Batboat. She then gets on a train, saying goodbye to Ivy, and Tony, her friend, asks how she's doing. Sitting with her friends and family, she couldn't be any better. Now, if you haven't been following our Harley Quinn stories, then you know that some of the Harley Quinn stories are crazy out there, some of them are really serious. And personally, I really liked this exchange between Harley Quinn and the Joker because it really pulls Harley Quinn out of the abusive relationship that she used to have with the Joker, and it shows that she is becoming her own character. And DC, even recently when they announced DC Rebirth, stated that Harley Quinn was one of the pillars of the DC universe now, which tells you how far she's come from being just a generic character that was put in as a Joker's sidekick in a TV show. It's pretty amazing. If you guys want to chat about this or anything else, follow me on Twitter @Comicstorian and Instagram @Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.